We celebrate the 50th anniversary of the modern municipal court, which actually came into existence on Tuesday, April 23rd, 1968, with the passing of the 1968 Constitution. Through research for this presentation, documentation shows this court can actually trace its historical and legislative roots back well over 300 years to 1682, when William Penn's first General Assembly enacted legislation providing for the trial of small civil claims in what became known as the Three Shillings Court. In addition, an alderman's court, which became the mayor's court and eventually the magistrate's court, was also created in Philadelphia by William Penn's charter in 1701. Consequently, the modern municipal court is the oldest continuous court in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. For nearly 55 years, from 1913 until 1968, there existed a totally different Philadelphia court, which was also known as the Municipal Court. The Municipal Court officially changed its name to County Court in 1961, and 7 years later became the Family Court Division of the Court of Common Pleas by virtue of the very same 1968 Constitution that created this court. The judges on that municipal court, which included future Justice Juanita Kidd Stout and future federal district judge Clifford Scott Green, were 1. Always required to be law trained, 2. Served 10-year terms, 3. Were paid the same salary as common pleas court judges, and 4. Heard, among other things, domestic relation matters, adoptions, juvenile and misdemeanor trials. By contrast, in 1968, this municipal court replaced the 300-year-old magistrates court, which had 28 separate magistrates who sat throughout the city and served 6-year terms. Those magistrates, unlike today's municipal court judges, were 1. Not required to be law trained, 2. Were paid much less than common pleas judges, and 3. Did not preside over a court of record. When the municipal court became operational in January 1969, there were 22 judges, 19 of whom had previously been magistrates. Interestingly, among the original 22 was our first woman judge, Ann Clark, and 3 African American men, Judge Edward Cox, Judge Paul Dandridge, and Judge Harry Melton. By law, the non-law trained magistrates were only given 1 additional 6-year term to serve before being replaced by a law-trained judge. So that by 1978, the majority of the former magistrates were no longer on the municipal court, with the exception of William Markert, who became special assistant to the president judge. Unfortunately, there are not many records that chronicles our history from 1968 to 1978. We do know the names of the 15 non-law trained magistrates who became municipal court judges and the first 7 law-trained judges. However, to date, we have not been able to locate a single photo of the entire original municipal court bench. What we do know is that from the very beginning, the modern municipal court has been diverse. Judge Vincent A. Carroll, the first president judge of the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas, was given the authority to appoint the first municipal court president judge, but only until all municipal court judges were law-trained. Judge Joseph R. Glancy was appointed as the first municipal court president judge. I think it is fitting that I end my brief remarks with words by Judge Glancy, who was the longest-serving president judge. In 1982, when the municipal court last recognized one of its historical milestones, he wrote these words in his introductions to the Philadelphia Municipal Court 1982 Annual Report. The year 1982 was an historic one for our court system in Philadelphia. It marked the 300th anniversary of the first judicial proceedings in this city held January 11, 1682. Therefore, 1982 marked the beginning of our 4th century. An interesting aspect of this historic year was the fact that the first small claims court was established in December 1682. This court was known as the Three Shillings Court. We sometimes think that we are discovering new and innovative ways to try cases today, and it is sobering to look back and realize that most of what we are doing is a cumulative result of a judicial system which has been progressing down through the years. My congratulations to the judges and employees of the Philadelphia Municipal Court. We have all been privileged to be a part of the court system in this, the first year of our 4th century. I want to give a special thanks to every judge who has played a part in the development of our great court system. I also want to recognize and honor the 7 judges who distinguishedly served as president and administrative judge of our modern municipal court. Additionally, I must give recognition to all of the tremendous court administrators, true public servants who make our court run smoothly and efficiently. This anniversary is a celebration of the longevity of this institution. The modern municipal court would not have survived 5 years, let alone 5 decades, if it were not for the dedicated public servants who came to work each day and performed their duties professionally. Let us take a moment and look back on decades of employees who served the court and are still a part of our municipal court family.